Did I throw away $1,000, or is the Steam machine going to be great? Mine's arrived a few days ago while I was away on business, and in this one, we'll finally get to experience it. We'll take the little cube with all its parts out of the box, have a first play, and then I'll tell you my honest first impressions. But first, let's get there. And I was on my way home full of that sweet pre-unboxing excitement when my train decided to take 5 instead of 2 hours, so I had time to think. And in the journey, this was what was going through my head. Is the Steam machine actually going to be good? Is it overpriced? I already have a Steam Deck that plays my whole library, so what's this thing really for? Who's it even aimed at? Did I fall for the hype? Or is this the machine that changes gaming? Is this the companion that I've been picturing for this winter, working through my Steam backlog on the big screen while there's a blizzard howling outside? But that's my winter, and the real question is whether a box like this fits yours. If you already got a Steam Deck, a PS5 under the TV, and a backlog that you keep meaning to get to, does this actually solve anything if you are the one paying the price? A lot of you told me exactly what you wanted to see from this, and you said that you didn't want a plan, no script, just my honest reaction, so that's what I'll try to give you. So let's go and open this. What we have here is the 2TB version, and I've really liked the boxes. The whole unboxing experience is very premium because you've got boxes for each of the single components. And by the way, Valve decided to go almost solely for cardboard, and that's absolutely great. I have to say that pulling the strips is one of the most satisfying things that you can do. That's so nice. And while we keep unboxing and take a look at what components are inside here, have you actually noticed the timing this thing chose? Because it doesn't matter whether you like to admit it or not, I'd call it quite a pivotal moment in gaming, because Valve, the Steam Deck's mum and dad and darling of PC gaming, suddenly wants a box under our TVs in the spot PlayStations and Xboxes have owned for 20 years, and it's landing right as Sony kills the discs for good in 2028, and Xbox is gutting a fifth of their own team, so big changes ahead, and this box picked a hell of a moment to show up. We don't know yet what it's going to leave behind. And what I would like to do now is just test 3 games for you without getting too deep into everything, just to give you an idea. The first one here is Doom, and we've got the display set at 2.7K, and we maxed everything out to Ultra. This isn't obviously a particularly new game, so there is good performance to be expected. Again, we got a small problem here with the FPS counter. That's due to the capture card that can output only 60. I didn't know that. You live, you learn. But I know that this runs way more because I tried it directly without the capture card, and we were past 120 FPS, which again, it's not a new game, so it's kind of to be expected. But with this combination of resolution and screen, I feel it works quite well for me and for what I expect. Smooth. Yeah, how could we not? A little bit of everybody's favorite GTA 5. It's actually fairly decent. I did a little bit of testing just before this run, so I'll just have to see again what the settings are at the moment. Oh, we're in maximum ray tracing. Okay. So I went down to very high. FSR 3 is on. Yeah, I think we can leave it on. And now on very high graphic settings with FSR on, and we're at a stable 60. You can't see more than that right now, again, due to that issue with the capture card, but smooth. No input lag, very smooth. That's the kind of playing experience you want. This is just reliable, solid, smooth, and could be a little bit more beautiful. I think if you've got a nice OLED screen, of course, that's going to give you even more, and I'll have to see how this works on a 4K TV, but that's for another time. And then just to finish things off here, we have a very old title. I picked this one up at the Steam Summer Sale this year, and it's Just Cause 2. I've loved the series. I played a lot of Just Cause 3 on the PS4. It's an older game. Of course, it runs flawlessly, but I think for me, this is the perfect kind of game that I know I'd enjoy on a big screen, and that I can play to chip away at my backlog. And for that, I feel the machine is very, very good. Having been a console gamer always, I never really had a PC. Seeing the games like this for the first time, the PC version of them, is actually a very nice way of seeing them, and it's more than satisfying for my taste. This one would be nice on a 4K screen, maybe an OLED screen. Of course, everything looks great there, but I'm happy. It's very good the way it is. So enough playing for now, but I didn't just switch it on for camera and then call it a day, because I actually went to download it, a chunk of my library, and played for a couple of nights before life caught up and I was on babysitting duty. But I feel that this time was enough to start forming an opinion. As I said before, I never owned a proper gaming PC ever, so this is all new to me, and it kind of blew me away. And here's what I didn't expect. It feels like my Steam Deck, but a lot smoother, with a lot more room to breathe, and there's headroom here I've never had before. Once you feel it, it's hard to unfeel. On my 1440p monitor, Just Cause 2 was sitting well above 100 frames, Doom, GTA, all of it running extremely well, and I know that the hardcore PC crowd is probably laughing at me getting excited about this, and that's fair. I don't have some monster rig to compare it to, but that's kind of the point. For someone like me on just a normal monitor here, this just works, and it works very well. So it's a lot of money. $1,000 is $1,000. We know what things are like right now, but this is what it costs. Funnily enough, I looked at the latest MSI Claw that just came out, and that's even more than that, so expensive really remains relative. Do you remember my equation? The deck, the PS5, the backlog, that never finishes in $1,000. Does this thing actually solve anything? Well, here's my tonight answer. It doesn't replace any of them, but it might be carving out a spot none of them were filling. That big screen, whole library, no compromise spot. Whether that spot is worth $1,000, that still needs time to be answered. So, did I make a huge mistake? And honestly, I don't know yet. But the first signs are actually a lot more promising than the data on the train expected, but I'm not ready to call it. Yet, I'm not regretting it either, because this was just 2 nights. There's so much more to find out, how it handles the big demanding stuff, how it stacks up against the PS5, how it cooperates with the Steam Deck, and the real question, whether it actually pulls me off the handheld and onto the couch, or whether I just keep reaching for my deck. That's what the next ones are for. But you know what I keep coming back to? Sitting on that endless train ride home, watching all these people around me, heading home, heading out, living their lives, it hit me that it really doesn't matter what any of us play. Steam machine, PlayStation, Xbox, deck on a train, your phone on a sofa, because we're all chasing the same thing. That little bit of joy, that escape, that thing that makes us feel like we're kids again. So whatever you're playing on tonight, wherever you are, I am glad you're here because we're all in this together, and I genuinely can't wait to figure the rest of this out with you. So thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.